Have you ever been told you're overthinking things, or that you're too quiet in group conversations, or that you spend way too much time alone? What if I told you those aren't flaws at all? What if those exact habits are actually hidden markers of high intelligence that most people completely miss? Psychology has identified specific behavioral patterns that separate brilliant minds from average ones, and you probably do at least 3 of them without even realizing it. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your so-called quirks might actually be signs of genius-level thinking, and I'll share the one habit at the end that scientists say is the strongest predictor of intellectual success. Let's start with something you've probably been criticized for your entire life. You overthink everything, but here's the twist. Highly intelligent people don't overthink out of anxiety or fear. They do it out of pure, relentless curiosity. Psychologists call this cognitive reflection, and it's the ability to question your first instinct and dig deeper into problems that others accept at face value. While most people react immediately to situations, you pause and reflect. You consider alternative perspectives, potential consequences, and hidden variables. This isn't analysis paralysis, it's complex problem-solving in action. Research shows that people with higher IQs consistently demonstrate this pattern of questioning their initial thoughts and exploring multiple angles before reaching conclusions. So the next time someone tells you to stop overthinking, remember that your brain is actually doing advanced computational work that theirs might not be capable of. Now let's talk about curiosity, because this is where things get fascinating. A landmark study from the University of London discovered that people with higher IQs consistently score higher in what's called openness to experience, a personality trait fundamentally linked to curiosity and imagination. If you're the type of person who falls down Wikipedia rabbit holes at 2 in the morning, if you constantly ask why about things other people take for granted, if you collect random facts about subjects that have nothing to do with your job or daily life, that's not distraction or procrastination. That's intellectual hunger, and it's one of the clearest markers of a high-functioning mind. Intelligent people have an insatiable need to understand how the world works, and they don't limit that curiosity to practical or socially acceptable topics. They explore everything because learning itself is rewarding to them. Here's one that might surprise you. Smart people often talk less and observe more. If you've ever felt awkward because you don't dominate conversations or you prefer to listen rather than broadcast your opinions constantly, you're exhibiting what psychologists call active observation. Highly intelligent individuals process information on multiple levels simultaneously. While others are waiting for their turn to speak, you're analyzing tone, detecting emotional undercurrents, evaluating logical consistency, and reading body language. This skill is tied to both high intelligence and emotional awareness, and it gives you a massive advantage in understanding people and situations that others completely miss. The person who talks the most in the room is rarely the smartest. The person paying attention usually is. Now, this next one might seem counterintuitive, but stick with me because it's backed by solid research. Highly intelligent people doubt themselves more often than less intelligent people do. Studies show that brilliant minds experience what's called intellectual humility, a keen awareness of what they don't know. This self-awareness keeps them learning, questioning, and improving throughout their lives. Meanwhile, people with lower cognitive ability frequently overestimate their own competence, a well-documented phenomenon known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. If you sometimes feel like you're not as smart as people think you are, if you question whether you really deserve your achievements, if you're acutely aware of the gaps in your knowledge, that's not imposter syndrome ruining your confidence. That's intelligence giving you an accurate assessment of reality. The smartest people in any room are often the ones who feel least certain about their own brilliance. Here's the habit that society definitely judges but science completely validates. You genuinely enjoy being alone. A study published in the British Journal of Psychology found something remarkable. Intelligent individuals are significantly less satisfied with constant socializing than people with average intelligence. But why? The researchers discovered that highly intelligent brains crave space for ideas and deep thought. They recharge through solitude, not small talk. They need mental room to process complex concepts, work through problems, and engage with abstract ideas. If you actively prefer your own company, if social events drain you faster than they should, if you genuinely rather spend Friday night reading or working on a project than going to a crowded party, your brain isn't antisocial. It's optimized for deep work and meaningful thinking rather than surface-level interaction. Some of history's greatest minds, from Einstein to Newton to countless modern innovators, were known for protecting their alone time fiercely because they understood it was essential fuel for their cognitive processes. So here's my question for you, and I genuinely want to know, how many of these habits do you recognize in yourself? Drop a number in the comments right now, 1 through 5, and if you do all 5, add a brain emoji, because you're probably operating on a different cognitive level than most people. Also, tell me which habit resonated most with you and why. I read every single comment, and I love learning about how you all think differently. And if someone in your life has ever criticized you for any of these behaviors, share this video with them right now because they need to understand that what they called weird is actually wired for brilliance. If you're fascinated by the psychology behind human behavior and you want to understand the hidden patterns that explain why we think and act the way we do, subscribe to this channel right now and turn on notifications. Because we don't just learn random facts here, we decode the human mind. Every video gives you research-backed insights that change how you see yourself and everyone around you. I've got another video coming next week about the subtle body language signals that reveal what people are really thinking, and you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're not weird, you're just